Let's try to solve this numerical. It says that a charge plus q and minus and plus 2q are separated by a distance of 2 meters. Find position of null point from plus 2q. So let's try to answer this. Now see here, what we have is, we have charge plus q, we have charge plus 2q, and they are separated by a distance. How much is the distance? The distance r is equal to 2 meters. So what we do is, we say let us suppose the null point is here at point P. So let us suppose null point is at point P. Now see here, if the null point is at point P here, then I say let this distance be x. So what will be this distance P, and say this is A point, this is B. So what will be PB? PB will be equal to 2 minus x. Now at point P, what will be the electric field? Assume as if plus 2q is not there, okay? So the electric field due to plus q at point P will be pointed from some positive. Suppose P, imagine that 2q is not there only, okay? So for electric field due to plus q, the electric field will be pointed towards the right hand side. So this is the electric field due to plus q, this will. Now for plus 2q, just assume as if plus q is not there. So because of plus 2q, what will be the electric field? The electric field is going to be in this direction. This is going to be E2. So when E1, so E1 and E2 are opposite in direction, and if magnitude of E1 is equal to magnitude of E2, then we get null point. Because what is the meaning of null point? E net is going to be equal to 0. This is basically what is the meaning of null point. So we know that E1 and E2 are opposite direction, so that condition is satisfied. Only thing is, now we need to equate the magnitude. And what is the expression for electric field intensity? 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon r square. This is the general expression. So due to E due to plus q, that is E1 is how much? 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught charge is q upon x square. And what will be E2? E due to 2q. So you will have E2 is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 2q upon, it will be 2 minus x the whole square. So now you equate E1 is equal to E2. So you will have 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon x square is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 2q upon 2 minus x the whole square. See the same numerical, if you remember, we have done it with the force also. So there, what will be the null point? Null point is that point where if you put any charge from outside, you put any third charge, it will not experience any force. So if I equate this, so these things will cancel out, and you get the equation 2 minus x the whole square is equal to 2x square. Now don't expand it, rather take the square root. So square rooting, you will find 2 minus x is root 2x, or you will get the value of x. How much will be the value of x? So root 2x plus x is equal to 2. So root 2 is 1.414, or you can just take it common, 1 plus root 2 is equal to 2, or x is equal to 2 upon 1 plus root 2. So this is the value of x which you will be getting. So what are they asking you? This x is from plus 2. What are they asking you? Is this your answer? No, they are asking you find the position of null point from plus 2q. So what will be your answer? Position of null point from plus 2q is equal to, it is 2 minus x, so it will be 2 minus, and what is x? This. So 2 upon 1 plus root 2. So if you evaluate this, this is going to be your answer. If they would have given find the position of null point from plus q, then this would have been your answer. So read the numerical properly. And as you can see here in this numerical, that your value of x, x is basically greater, and this 2 minus x is going to be less. So you will find that your null point is going to be, sorry, I'll just say this once again. You can see that your value of x, okay, your value of x is going to be small, and your value of 2 minus x is going to be bigger. So you will find that your null point is towards, null point is towards plus q, towards the lesser magnitude. You can see this. So if you solve this, you will get the correct values. Now we come across the word electric dipole. Now see here, electric means charges, dipole means two. So it is basically two charges. So when you talk of electric dipole means that you have an arrangement of two charges, plus q and minus q. So an arrangement of pair of equal and opposite point charges, and these point charges are separated by a very small distance. So this entire assembly of two equal and opposite charges separated by a very small distance, this is known as electric dipole. So if I say what is net charge on electric dipole, what will be the net charge on electric dipole? You can say the net charge is going to be plus q minus q, so that is going to be 0. So the net charge of an electric dipole is 0. And let us suppose if I say the separation between the two charges, okay, either you can take it as L, or I am taking the separation as 2L. This 2L is a very small distance. Then how strong is this how strong is this electric dipole? Okay, so to measure the strength of the electric dipole, we have a quantity which is known as electric dipole moment. So you have a quantity which will be telling you about the strength of the electric dipole, and this is known as electric dipole moment. Electric dipole moment is given by the product of, so this electric dipole moment is given by the product of magnitude of either charge and distance between charges. So I'll say P is equal to 2QL, because distance between the charges I have taken it as 2L. Now electric dipole moment is a vector quantity, and therefore the direction of electric dipole moment, direction of electric dipole moment is from negative to positive charge. Now this is by convention what we have taken. So you will find that the direction of electric dipole moment is taken from negative to positive charge. So in this figure, if I say I have plus q minus q, this is a dipole, this has been separated by distance 2L. So what will be the dipole moment? Dipole moment will be equal to 2QL. And how it is going to be pointed? It will be pointed in this direction. So this is going to be minus I cap. SI unit, can you tell me the SI unit of electric dipole? You can see that electric dipole is charge. If you say this is charge into length, so it is coulomb meter. Don't write it as meter coulomb like this, because this will appear as if you are writing millicoulomb. So it's always better you write coulomb first and then meter. So this is basically your coulomb meter. Now you have something what is known as ideal dipole. Now if the charge gets larger and larger and distance 2L gets smaller and smaller, such that P is equal to 2QL is well defined, is constant, then we get what is known as ideal dipole. So when you talk of ideal dipole, it means your charge is very large, the length, the distance between them is very small, still you find that P is equal to 2QL is well defined, it is constant. So this is known as ideal dipole. Now once this concept of electric dipole is there, now what we need to do is, because of this electric dipole, now we want to calculate the electric field intensity. We need to calculate. So here now we need to calculate electric field intensity at a point due to dipole at axial, or you say end on position. Now first let us try to understand what is meant by axial or end on position, and what we need to do is we need to find out the electric field intensity at a point. At a point due to what? Due to the dipole. Now see here, if I have a charge plus Q here and I have a charge minus Q here, okay, and taking this point as A, this point as B, this is the center of the dipole, I am taking this point as O. Since I had been taking the length of the dipole as 2L, so this is L and this is L. If you take the length of dipole as L, then it will be L by 2 and L by 2. So not involving the fractions, that's how we had been taking the dipole length as 2L. Now what will be we want to find out the electric field intensity due to this dipole where? At an axial point. Axial point basically is along the length, and let us suppose I want to find out the intensity at point P here. So this is also known as end on position, or it is known as axial position. Now see, this derivation is important, and we had already done the superposition principle. So whatever is the superposition principle which is applicable, okay, which is applicable for forces, it is also applicable for electric field. So whenever you need to calculate the electric field, then it is nothing but it is going to be the vector sum. Now let's see what will be the electric field at point P because of minus Q. And let us suppose that this distance point P is at a distance f r from the center. So this r, this is the distance r. Now what will be the distance between P and B? The distance between P and B will be r minus L. And electric field at point P due to minus Q. Assume as if plus Q is not there, okay. So minus Q, what will be the direction of electric field? Electric field due to minus Q will be in this direction, okay. This is going to be minus Q. Always remember like this. Imagine as if plus Q is not there, so you will find that your electric field is going to be towards the negative because it will point from positive to negative. So what will be its magnitude? Its magnitude is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, because we know the general formula of electric field, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. So this will be Q upon R minus L the whole square, and this will be along, it will be along PP. See, in vectors you will not put minus. I am repeating it, you will not put minus. Vectors, minus is only indicating the direction, not the magnitude. Now what will be E plus Q? Electric field intensity due to plus Q. Now due to plus Q, you will find that your electric field is going to be in this direction. This is going to be E plus Q. And what is the distance between that point and plus Q? The distance between that point P and A is nothing but R plus L. So from here, if you see this distance, point P, this distance is equal to R plus L. So you will get the electric field intensity 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon R plus L the whole square, and this is along, what is the direction? This is going to be along AP. Now see here, if you can see this figure, right? If you can see this figure, minus Q is nearer to point P. Yes or no? And plus Q is far away from point P. So which field is going to dominate? Yes, the electric field intensity due to minus Q will be dominated. So electric field due to minus Q is greater than electric field due to plus Q, because minus Q is nearer to point P. So what will be the net electric field? Net electric field E will be equal to E of minus Q minus E of plus Q. So you will have this as 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. You can take Q upon R minus L the whole square minus Q upon R plus L the whole square. This is what you will get. So this is basically your E resultant or E net. So just few steps of mathematics now. So what will be the net electric field? Net electric field is equal to Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Okay, now what you can take is, you can take the LCM. So you can take R plus L the whole square minus R minus L the whole square upon, it is R minus L whole square upon R plus L the whole square. This is what you have. Now further we simplify, you get Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught. R plus L means R square plus 2RL plus L square minus of R square. Okay, this minus and that minus and minus will become plus, so plus 2RL minus L square, and you can see this formula, R minus L the whole square and R plus L the whole square. This can be written as R square minus L square the whole square. I hope you understood how you got this denominator part. Now see here, this denominator part, if you try to see here, you have this equation, A square minus B square is A minus B and A plus B. This is what you have. So if I square both the sides, what will I have? A square minus B square the whole square will be equal to A minus B square and A plus B square. So this is exactly, if you say A substituted by R and B is by L. So here you get the same equation. So R minus L square, R plus L square can be written as R square minus L square the whole square. So this mathematics part, I hope it is clear. So now we have equation E. So E is equal to Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Many of the things will be cancelling here, so these things will cancel out. So you will have 4RL upon R square minus L square the whole square. But we know that P is equal to 2QL. So I'll write E is equal to 2QL. So I will be writing this as Q 2 into 2. This is 2 into 2 into R into L. I'll just separating out so that you understand the steps. 4 pi epsilon naught. This is R square minus L square the whole square. So 2 Q and L is P. So this can be written as twice P R upon 4 pi epsilon naught R square minus L square the square. So this is the expression for your electric field. Now see here, if you see this part, okay, if you see the direction part, if you see the direction part, your electric field is pointing from, your electric field is pointing from where? See here, minus Q is dominating, right? So your net electric field is in this direction. This is the direction of E net. And what is the direction of P, your dipole moment? Your dipole moment is also in this direction. So E net and dipole moment are in the same direction. Okay, so E net and your dipole moment are in the same direction. So if I write it vector wise, I can write this as E vector is equal to 2 P vector R upon 4 pi epsilon naught R square minus L square Q. You have a condition if R is very much greater than L, means your distance R is very much greater than the half of the length of the dipole, this L. Then you can always write this equation E is equal to 2 PR upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Now see, L square can be neglected, so this will be R raised to 4 and 1 R will cancel out here, so this will be 2P upon 4 pi epsilon naught RQ. So this equation is important, that net electric field is equal to 2P upon 4 pi epsilon naught RQ. Here you will find that electric field intensity is proportional to cube, okay, it is inversely proportional to the cube of the distance due to the dipole. Whereas due to a point charge, what was it? Due to the point charge, we found that your electric, so this is due to dipole, and what was point charge? For point charge, E is proportional to 1 upon R square. This is for the point charge. Therefore, now see here, both are decreasing with the distance. One is decreasing as R square and the other is decreasing at R cube. Means your electric field due to dipole is decreasing at much faster rate. So if I say I have a graph, let us suppose if I plot a graph of E versus R, okay, and if I say, okay, you have to tell me which one is your you have to tell me which graph is corresponding to dipole and which graph is corresponding to point charge. So this is falling at much faster rate, no? The value of E is decreasing much faster with R. So this is basically your dipole and this graph is basically your point charge. So let's get back to this, right? Let's get back to this derivation. Just a quick recap of this derivation. What we have to do is, we have to find out the electric field intensity at a point due to dipole at axial. So this line which is here is axial. What method you have to employ here is that you have to find out the electric field intensity due to plus Q, due to minus Q, and then what you have to do is, you have to take the net electric field. And once you take the net electric field, you just have to rearrange the terms. You have to do some mathematics here. then you put this condition R very much greater than L, and you get the answer as E is equal to 2P upon 4 pi epsilon naught R cube. Now see students, at times, okay, when you draw the figure, you can always take plus q on this side and you can take minus q on this side. What will be the difference? देखो अगर difference क्या होगा, अगर मैंने plus q यहाँ ले लिया और minus q यहाँ ले लिया, so this is again some point P where I have to calculate. So due to plus q, the field is going to be in this direction. This is plus q. Now due to minus q, the field is going to be in this direction. This is going to be E minus q. Now see, plus is now nearer to P. So this E plus q will be greater than E of minus q. So what will be E net? E net will be equal to E plus q minus E of minus q. Now what is the net electric field direction? If you see, net electric field direction is this direction because this is dominating. So this is the E direction. And what is P direction? P is from negative to positive, so this is P. So even whatever whether you put plus q here or minus q here, accordingly the figure is going to change and you will find that your answer will remain the same. Your E and P will be in the same direction. Here E and P are towards the right hand side, and what we did before, here E and P were onto the left hand side. You can compare this figure, that's all. I have taken minus q and this is plus q. Otherwise, if you do the understanding part, you will never go wrong. Now let's try to do one more derivation. Okay, now what we are going to do is we are going to find out the electric field intensity at a dipole. Okay, same thing. We are going to find out electric field intensity. Electric field intensity due to dipole at equatorial or broad end side at a given point. So now what we have to do is we have to calculate electric field intensity due to what? Due to dipole. Where? At the equatorial position. So first let us try to understand what is the equatorial position. Now see here, I have charge minus q, I have charge plus q. This is the center of the dipole. Okay, I consider this point here as A. I consider this point as B. This point is O. Again the length of the dipole is 2L. So this is L and L. So at this point, if I draw a line perpendicular and passing through the center, so this line which is perpendicular and passing through the center, and this is the point P, this position is known as equatorial position. So what I do is, again I am going to see what I am going to do is, again I am going to use the superposition principle. First what I will do is, I will calculate, and let us suppose this distance from O to P is R. So what I am going to do is, I am going to do the find out the electric field at point P due to plus Q. So due to plus Q, if you see the field is going to be something like this, it will point from positive to some negative. So this is going to be electric field intensity due to plus Q. Now what is the distance P and B? The distance P and B, you use the Pythagoras theorem. So it will be root of R square plus L square. So this is basically the distance between P and B. And we assume let this angle here be theta. Now what will be the electric field due to minus Q? So let's see the electric field due to minus Q. Electric field due to minus Q is going to be this only. It is minus, right? So minus means it will be pointing in this direction, right? This will be E of minus Q. And again you will find that this distance here is root of R square plus L square. So electric field, now you see here, these are the two fields, right? What will be E of plus Q? Let's write down the equation. So electric field intensity due to plus q is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught charges q upon distance square. What is distance square upon? I write it as pb square, let us suppose, right? So this will be 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon r square plus l square. And where it is along, you can write it is bp. What will be E of minus q? E of minus q will be 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon, now it will be ap square. So this is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon r square plus l square. But what is the direction? Along PA. So now you find that you have two vectors, okay, E plus q and E minus q. You can see that the magnitudes are same. See here, if you have two vectors, let us suppose you have, this is vector, okay, this is vector A, and I say this vector is also A. These are the two equal vectors. You can see that two equal vectors, but the directions are different. It is the same case. So where will be the resultant? The resultant will be always passing through the center. This will be the resultant at the center. So here what will be the resultant? The resultant basically will be the center of this, and this is going to be the resultant. This is going to be your E net. Now if you resolve this E plus Q, okay, say this is theta, you can see that this angle is also going to be theta, corresponding angles. Now if I resolve this E plus Q, let's see here, if I resolve this E plus Q, so I will resolve this E plus Q into two components. This component will be equal to E plus Q cos theta, and this component is equal to E plus Q sin theta. Now if I resolve this blue component E minus Q, see what I will get. So here if I resolve this, see this angle is theta, this angle is also going to be theta, as I told you that this angle equally it will be dividing. So here this part is going to be E minus Q cos theta, and lower part on resolving will be E minus Q sin theta. But we know that magnitude of E plus Q is equal to E minus Q. So this E plus Q sin theta and E minus Q sin theta, they will cancel out. So E plus Q sin theta and E minus Q sin theta cancels. And what will be the resultant? E net is going to be, it will be twice E, okay, I can say let it be twice E plus Q cos theta. And what is E plus Q? See, magnitude wise both are equal, so E net, so you will have E net is equal to twice 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught and Q upon R square plus L square cos theta. From this figure I can say cos theta, what will be cos theta? Cos theta is going to be adjacent side, so it is going to be OB upon PB. So what is OB? OB is L, and what is PB? R square plus L square raised to half. So I'll just substitute it here. This is going to be 2, okay, Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught R square plus L square, and what is cos theta? Cos theta is L upon R square plus L square raised to half. But 2QL is P, no? You can see this 2QL is equal to P. So I will have E net is equal to P upon 4 pi epsilon naught, and this can be written as 1 upon R square plus L square. Now 1 plus half is 3 by 2, law of indices. And if R is very much greater than L, so what will be this expression? E net will be equal to P upon 4 pi epsilon naught. So this can be upon 1 upon R cube. This L can be neglected, so square and square will cancel out. This is 3, so you will have R cube. And now you can see the direction. Your dipole moment P is in this direction and net electric field is in this direction. So here this will be with the, if I am writing it with the vector sign, then I'll write E net is equal to minus P vector upon 4 pi epsilon naught 1 upon r cube. So this is the expression for electric field intensity due to a dipole on the equatorial line. And if they ask you in the exam, if they ask you show that E axial is double of E equatorial, so you will be able to prove. You can see here what is E axial. E axial, just now we have seen magnitude wise is how much? 2p upon 4 pi epsilon naught r cube. And what is E equatorial in terms of magnitude? It is p upon 4 pi epsilon naught r cube. So you can easily see that E axial is twice E equatorial. So this is a very important derivation, okay, from exam point of view. If they ask for 5 marks that you have to prove E axial is double of E equatorial, then you have to prove both the equations and you can get it. Here students, again we are using a very simple concept. हमारे derivation का concept क्या है? We are finding the electric field due to single charges first, and then we are doing the vector sum. And once you do the vector sum, that will give you the answer. So practice this derivation. Thank you so much.